It's new bike day on the Dirthead shed. Yeah. Welcome back to the Dirthead shed. It's new bike day. I want to give a real review of this GT Zaskar LT Elite. It's a lot of words for a bike, but it's low buck and it has a lot of good parts. Let's give it a shot. Wheelie. Let's go ride. We're filming all this by myself, so it might be a little clunky. I'll just go right off the big one here. Not bad. Fork's a little soft. I heard that about it. One more shot, a little more speed. Dig it. Let's try this one out. Do the drop into the berm. Not bad. It's early in the season. I definitely don't have my lungs yet, so you're probably going to hear a lot of heavy breathing on this. But I had my eye on this bike since last fall. It is right now it's April 2025, and this bike kind of came. This thing was on the market for years, and then after the news of GT kind of closing down, everybody started selling these bikes off really cheap. So I saw this last year for $7.99, and I was like, dang, that's got all of the things you want in a modern hardtail mountain bike, but the price is half of what it should be. I had it on my radar, but I didn't pull the trigger. And then this spring I called Mike's Bikes and they were like, yeah, we got like 8 of them on the shelf. So I figured what the heck, might as well give it a shot. So right now I've got 4 hardtail mountain bikes. I've got 2 of the Walmart Ozark Trail Ridge bikes, a version 1 and a version 2. And then I've also got a Trek Roscoe 8, which is kind of my main bike. And this bike here sort of fits the gap between those two. The Ozark Trail bikes are a good entry-level bike, but they're lacking on some of the features that you want on a new bike. The Roscoe is a pretty modern hardcore hardtail with slack head tube and steep seat tube and short rear chain stays, and it's a great bike for ripping, but it's really not that great of a climber. So I'm kind of hoping that this bike fills the gap, and I'll probably end up selling one of the Walmart Ozark Trail Ridge bikes. I like the climb so far. This one doesn't seem quite as crowded up front as my Roscoe does, but I'm not quite as stretched out as I am on that Ozark Trail. This one definitely feels better to kind of bridge the gap as that cross-country do-it-all bike. Pretty stoked so far. It climbs well. The dropper post has plenty of travel, which is awesome that it even has a dropper post at this price. And this 12-speed SRAM drivetrain has all the gears I need, so that's good. I just need my lungs. This place is beautiful in the spring, holy cow. All right, to get the super fun downhill later, sometimes you gotta climb. We're going straight to the top. That way has a bunch of switchbacks. This one's steeper and faster. Here we go. They say you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Here's my first impressions on the GT Zaskar LT Elite. This thing's badass. It's a good bike. it's kind of a shame that I spent double the amount of money on my Trek a year and a half ago. Although that Trek Roscoe 8 is also blowing me away every time I ride it. I'm like, it's $1,550 I think I paid for it. It was on sale, down from 21. That bike is a steal. $1,500 a steal for that thing. It is amazing. But this bike right here for $799 is really only like an air fork away from being as good as that Roscoe. They're not really apples and apples though. This bike is more of a cross-country design. This thing has a longer rear triangle, longer wheelbase, and this one's gonna be a little better for climbing and long distance trips. That Roscoe I've got is kind of the bomb as far as like jumps and tight trails and like hucking it over rocks and stuff like this, which this stuff isn't really my jam. There's some big jumps out here that I'm definitely not gonna hit. So I feel like this GT, this might be the sweet spot. If you're looking to get into mountain biking, or you used to be really good on mountain biking, you're trying to figure out what to buy to get back into the sport, this is definitely a good rig. It's got all the like new features like through axle and boost spacing in the front. A lot of these inexpensive bikes might have like a boost front axle but still have a quick release rear. So you've got that right out of the gate. You got a 12-speed drivetrain right out of the gate. You got SRAM SX, which is good for an entry-level bike, not good if you're like racer guy or big dollar bike guy. It's got a dropper seat post that's got plenty of travel for the frame geometry. It gets down far enough and up far enough. My Trek Roscoe, it has a bottle cage here and a bend in the frame, and I'm not able to get a tall enough dropper post to where it does the high and low like I would want. What else? The triple triangle design is just cool, and nowadays back in the day this used to be attached here, and on these frames they run these unattached, and it helps with the compliance of the frame a little bit. So even though it's a hardtail, it's got a little bit of flex there. The Wilderness Trail Bike seat is really good for already being on the bike. It didn't come with pedals. I have these Dirthead plastic pedals, nylon pedals, but they're really good quality. I run those on all my bikes. Let's talk handlebars and shifters and brakes and all that. The couple of guys, when I said I was getting this and they said that saw that it had Tektros, they were like, eh. But truthfully, I feel like these Tektros are better than the Shimano brakes that I updated my Walmart bike with. So these, in my opinion, all cast aluminum levers, good quality, good feel to them. Definitely not looking to change those out. I might go to a little larger rotor. I think this is running 180 in the front, 160 in the rear, which is kind of small by today's standards, but that's just a matter of a larger rotor and a spacer. That's a piece of cake. Let's talk about this fork. In a video that Matty Active did, where he actually went to Mike's Bikes and sort of took one of these for a test ride around the block, he mentioned that this was a RockShox 35 silver coil sprung fork, and a bunch of people in his comments were like, no, that's an air fork, and I don't believe so. I think this is indeed the coil spring one. I've watched a few videos on these bikes because I'm totally geeking out on them, and this should be a coil sprung. I don't know what the model is, but it's a RockShox 35 silver with a coil spring. It seems to be working pretty well. It's a little bit undersprung. Even though like I'm like 170 and it's a little bit undersprung, but it might just be that it's just faster acting than an air shock, and I might just be like feeling like it's a little more pogo-y. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down the rebound on this thing. Let's see, where's it at? It has a little bit of a rebound adjustment, but no compression adjustment. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe I slow the rebound down. That way it's not popping up as fast. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious this thing's rad. Let's go huck it down this mountain and see how it does, see how I do. I feel like I finally got my lungs back. I can breathe again, so we might as well go ride some more. Let's try this thing out. I'm having all kinds of audio problems today, so we're gonna try and just use the mic that's on the GoPro Media Mod and see if maybe that'll work out. Let's go have some fun on this bike. It's a cool little step up right here. I didn't quite clear it. Oh man, this trail is rad. Wow, they've been working on these a bunch. I haven't ridden this trail since last fall, and it looks like the guys have been building jumps like crazy out here. Wow, this is awesome. I might have to go back up and do that one again. That's a pretty big table. That's probably 15 foot. And I kind of overshot it. That was rad. You gotta make motorcycle noises if you're a real bike rider. I don't know if kids still do that or not. Oh man, into the mud, off the trail, back on the trail, manual. Step down, stutter bumps, manual little double. I hope this looks cool on camera, because it's a blast in person. Oh geez, where's the trail? This is a good bike to jump on something, having never ridden it before, and be riding it like this. Pretty awesome. Ooh. That was hard on the back wheel. Ooh. Holy big rock roll. Guess we'll see how she does. And go this way, and then this way. Oh, yeah. It's new bike day on the Dirthead shed. Yeah. All right, I've officially reached the point of pushing my luck for riding by myself. I felt a little better though, because there was a bunch of firefighters out here clearing debris and doing some fire mitigation in this area, so I'm not the only one out here. Oh gosh. Oh, don't do rock rolls one-handed. Oh. Yeah, that was smooth. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, cruise back to the Suzuki and load this thing up. Looking back, this $799 hardtail, I feel like if you don't go over to Mike's Bikes and buy the last 8 of them that they've got, you're missing out. The only downside is that like all of the bikes are on super sale right now, everywhere you look. So there's no shortage of bikes that are affordable right now. A lot of them are 30 to 50% of what they were like 2 years ago. So if you have any spare cash and you want to get on a bike, this one I don't think you're wasting your money on. Some bikes, I would say buy a used one, save a few bucks, get better components. but this Zaskar is legit good bang for the buck. The only thing I would do is swap to an air cartridge in the fork or swap to an air fork. I say that, but I probably won't actually do it because it works really good. You get a lot of folks that'll do a review on a bike and they nitpick every detail and they worry about every penny. I think they need to ride more and just enjoy the bikes, because man, all of these things, from my Walmart Ozark Trail to my Trek Roscoe 8, they're all a hoot. They're all so much fun, and they all get my blood pumping and my heart pumping and make me feel better about myself. So I think that's it for this Dirthead shed. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the bike videos. I'm not done with them. I'll sprinkle them in throughout the season. Peace out.